obviously a big disappointment in our game Saturday. A game that we had complete control of and let it get away from us, which you can't do that. I mean, once you get control of the football game, you got to maintain it, and we weren't able to do it. You know, if we just found a way to make another play, one more play in the fourth quarter, one stop, a lot of opportunities. As you know, we got out to that 21-0 lead, and I don't believe our guys stopped playing hard. We kept playing hard. We just quit making plays. You know, we didn't make the plays throughout the rest of the game that we were making early. I think our defense wore down a little bit. You know, the first half defense played exceptionally well. I think they had 150 yards throwing the football in the first half, which for them is not very good. And they threw 7 or 8 receivers at us the entire game, and we played with 4 corners, and that's really our depth at corner. We got 4 guys that are ready to play, and I think they wore out a little bit. But that's behind us now. Got to move forward. It's on to UCLA, a top 10 team, big challenge on the road in the Rose Bowl. They're a team that's loaded top to bottom. Virtually every position's got exceptional players. Quarterback's exceptional, Hundley. Just like every other quarterback, it seems like in this conference. But it'll be a big challenge for us, and so we move on. We move forward. Questions?
Hey, Kyle, in watching the film, did you find anything out offensively, maybe why Dres Anderson didn't get a reception, and was it the quarterback play, or what do you think the problem was?
You know, Dres was open a few times. One time, the ball was right on the money and couldn't come up with a catch. It was late in the game that obviously would have been huge for us, and he was open a couple other times. We missed him, and so he was targeted, just didn't come away with a catch. And that's, he's one of our biggest weapons, if not our biggest weapon on offense, and that was that hurt us, not having him more involved or more productive, I guess I should say. And we just seemed out of sync in the throwing game all night long. We just never, the run game was pretty good. Booker had a big night, 170-something yards, and did some good things there. But in this league, you got to be able to throw the ball consistently week in and week out, and we didn't do that Saturday night.
With respect to the offensive production, was the dramatic difference on Saturday versus prior games just a matter of the opponent? Was it a matter of executions, or something you guys saw that you can fix on a going-forward basis? Well,
like I said, it's the throwing game. I mean, we got to be more productive throwing the football. The protection wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And for whatever reason, we were just not in sync and not executing in that phase of the game. And give credit. I said all week long last week that I thought Washington State's defense was way underrated and under the radar, and they stepped up, did some good things. The points we did score, one on the punt return, one on the interception return, they yielded 1 touchdown. The defense, the Washington State defense, which is a very good performance. It was the long run of Booker's.
Coach, talking to some of the players after the game, they said it's one of the toughest losses they've had to deal with, just how it happened, how the game turned so quickly. How do you get this team rallied? I mean, is it good to have an opponent like UCLA next where they can really focus on the Bruins rather than dwell on the loss?
Well, UCLA certainly gets our attention. I think, they're, like I mentioned earlier, they're a top 10 football team, and there's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. There's nothing to do but move forward. You can't press rewind. I mean, there is no rewind button in life, and so you gotta forget about it, but you gotta learn from it. At the same time, you gotta learn from your mistakes and understand that, but you can't sit there and sulk and dwell on it, and so we've got to move forward, and we will. We came in early today and watched the film with the players, and picking up this afternoon will be all about UCLA moving forward.
Can you talk about special teams, please, Coach?
Yeah, I think we won the special teams battle again without a doubt. I don't think I know it, and it was not as dramatic of a special teams victory as some of the other games, but Kalen Clay did his thing again, returned his 3rd punt of the season for a touchdown, which makes 4 kicks overall when you combine that with the kickoff return. Andy Phillips just hooked at the first field goal, just missed it wide left by a few feet, and then connected on the next 2, which really helped our cause. Tom Hackett continues to punt well. We're leading the conference in net punting, and I think we're in the top 5 or something like that in the nation. So a lot of good things going on special teams wise, but it didn't prove to be enough on Saturday night.
If Tevin isn't able to go on Saturday, you're looking to switch maybe Eric Rowe back to safety?
No, I don't think that's in the cards. Eric's playing well at corner. You know, he had the pick six on Saturday night and did a lot of good things for us. And so it's robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know, when you make a move like that in this case, and you know, we're just going to be optimistic and plan on having Tevin back. But again, that's not 100%.
You got to face a cornerback, Ishmael Adams, who had 2 different returns for touchdowns. And can you talk a little bit about sort of his explosiveness and UCLA's penchant for kind of doing some of those explosive things?
Yeah, very dangerous player, return man in the special teams aspect, and just a tremendous player. And that, like I said, UCLA's got players like that across the board. I mean, they've got a ton of talent. And he's certainly one of the guys that has been a playmaker for him this year, but there's many others. I mean, there's, you know, the Miles Jack kid at linebacker is phenomenal. They got down guys on defense that are excellent, the front guys, and so there really is there's no weakness on their football team. That's why they're a top 10 team, I would guess.